Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a high-level best of 3 today between MaxPax's in the bottom left spawning as our blue Protoss player and in the top right as our red Terran player playing for Team Liquid. It's going to be Clem with a beautiful polar bear circling his command center. MaxPax of course playing for Team Storm Gaming. Has been playing for that team for a long while already. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen this time around. MaxPax is a player that has periods where he likes a certain build order in PvT and only plays that build order for a decent chunk of time. And we can think back of periods where he played a lot of 4-gate, there were periods where he played a lot of Phoenix Colossus, or just straight up Phoenix into charge. And it feels like that he kind of sticks with his guns. If he has one build that he likes, he'll often repeat it again and again and again until it kind of stops working, and then he'll switch into something else. Curious to see if that's going to be the case here as well, as lately it feels like Clem kind of has had his number in the last week and a half or so. You see a quick scout coming out of our Terran player for Team Liquid, of course, as he's always very safe in most matchup. He likes to play aggressive, but safe and aggressive. He likes to have an informed type of aggression. And we'll see that coming out of him here most likely as well. Opening up with a Reaper here with that quick SCV scout means he's going to have the full info and he'll know exactly what to do. MaxPax opened up with a Nexus post cybernetics core. That means that the initial gateway unit is going to come out about 10-11 seconds faster than if this was a Nexus before core. Will delay your gas mine. What is Clem doing over here? Almost look like he's like some AI, you know, like bouncing back and forth, not quite sure what to do with the SCV. Whenever I play against the Blizzard AI and you attack move one of your probes on one of their buildings, they'll automatically start pulling one of their workers away from the mineral line to chase your worker around. Then if you hit a stop or a hold position command, the worker will stop chasing you. That's kind of what it felt like that Clem was doing there with the SCV. It's some AI-like movement. I'm not a fan of it. I've always thought that Clem was a little bit too good for him to be just merely a human. My suspicions are getting semi-confirmed here. Twilight Council on the way, second Adept as well. And this is kind of indicative of a 4-gate blink. I hardly ever see MaxPax play like 2-gate blink or 3-gate blink. It's a fast robo. That is a little bit different than what I'm used to. I think most of the time when I see MaxPax play this build order, he actually prefers playing it with blink before robo, but I could be incorrect. Ooh, Marine! Very sloppy control there out of Clem. Is going to lose a Marine for free. Will get the Adept, but he could have done that without losing that Marine. Not great. Not great whatsoever. Second gate is going down and the blink will start the moment that the money is going to be there. It's indeed going to be some type of 4-gate. Ooh. It's not going to be some type of 4-gate. It's going to be a Dark Shrine here. Huh. So triple gate. Oh yeah, well, that makes sense that you get the robotics facility before you get any upgrades from the Twilight Council, because you don't want to get any upgrades from the Twilight Council. That makes a lot of sense. It's going to get a fast prism. Triple gate DT drop. Now there is a Hellion on the map. There's still a Reaper on the map as well. And surely Clem is going to be capable of scouting this if he just sends his Reaper in. He's definitely going to be capable of getting the scout on. Okay, Stalker gets warped in. Clem, yeah, gets in there, sees it. So this is going to be a medevac into a Raven, I guess, in that case. We'll have to wait and see what the execution is going to be like here for Clem. We see a tech lab on the factory right now and a Viking. Okay, so it's a different approach than maybe some other people would have gone for. We see this mine drop actually chasing the prism. Yeah, good luck setting up your prism if there's mines around. It's just not possible. This is a brilliant counter. In that case, you drop the mine. No! Oh my god, Clem not paying attention here. Was microing this Hellion instead. But now these DTs are actually in the prism. One is over here, one in the prism. That's kind of risky. Actually a mistake here out of Clem. I do not enjoy that very much. Yeah, tried to go here for a surround, but instead he's just going to lose a couple of SCVs. We have a... was that 1 DT being taken out? Yeah, 1 DT being taken out. Prism is still alive. God, what a sloppy defense here out of Clem. He wanted to play it so fancy, but didn't pay attention for a second or two, 3. And now it's actually in a bit of trouble. Lost 7 workers already, wasted a bunch of scans, and now you don't... Second Viking on the way. There's not even a Raven yet, which means that scans will need to continue happening again and again and again. There's only 2 barracks out as well. This is just terrible here for the French Terran player who, honestly, with the scouting and the info that he had, should have never let this happen. Not in a million years. But it did happen, and he's paying the price for that right now. He's down 12 workers, has a decent move-out timing, but this, yeah, there's a DT right now. What are you going to do about it? Do you have scans available? 1 scan available. Still, it's 3 Marines that end up dying here. And I think Clem is in a position right now where he's forced to deal damage. Just playing a macro game from this point on out is not really possible unless you kill some stuff. The double mine drop perhaps is going to do just that. We do have 3 Stalkers moving into position into that main base. Good control out of Clem here with the Cyclone, by the way. Is going to stay alive. No, will end up dying. A lot of these Marines are low. Battery hasn't finished up yet. Pool was quick enough here out of Clem. He's just retargeting the mines for a little bit. Takes out 2 Stalkers at the same time here at the front. 5, 6, maybe 7 probes get taken out. This kind of doesn't completely make the game even. Doesn't completely even up the game, but it's getting close. We're still in a situation where combat shield is late, but at the same time we're also in a situation where there is no charge on the way yet. We don't have any upgrades. We don't have a robo bay. This is going to be most likely a charged-based playstyle, as we're seeing only 3 gases, and we're seeing charge being researched before any type of secondary tech is being put down. And when I say secondary tech, I mean things like a Templar Archives or, well, specifically a robo bay, right? Usually if you see a Templar Archives, you're still going to end up seeing charge as well. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense there. Good blink in out of MaxPax's. There's actually not a lot of units in position here. Stim has just finished up. Good control with that Prism. Oh my god, this was sweet. That was some sweet, sweet control. 2 workers end up falling. It still feels like Clem is a little bit all in here, doesn't it? His infrastructure just was so late. He's sending out another double mine drop. We have seen those deal a little bit of damage before. Have we actually? I mean, at least, yeah, kill 2 Stalkers. Force a straight up pull away. It's not the end of the world. We have a big blink in here in towards the main. MaxPax's is feeling a little bit ballsy here. I'm not so sure if he should. He's going to stay alive with the majority of his Stalkers. Oh, matter of fact, I got sent back, gets killed. Observer in this area might actually help him later on. MaxPax's has a lot of Stalkers here and has an observer, which means he can snipe this mine. The CC isn't safe either. Absolutely not. This is going to get spotted here. Let's take a look at the response here out of MaxPax's. He must have seen it, no? Maybe he didn't. Blinks into the base, warps in 6 Zealots. I wonder if there's enough stuff here on the side of Clem to actually deal with that. At the same time, double mine drop will clear a lot of workers. 8 workers going down. That means that this blink in is, well, not entirely all in, but it's a little bit more dedicated, a little more committed than ideally MaxPax's would have liked. Zealots are being largely taken out already. Next warping comes in. That's going to be 8 Zealots out and about. Combat shield still not done yet. +1 has finished up for Clem, but so has it for MaxPax's. GG gets called as MaxPax's wins game number 1 here in this best of 3. Here we are in the second game between Clem and MaxPax's. As we see MaxPax's opting for a relatively quick scout. It's an interesting game, that one was. I really like the Dark Templar drop build order. When I see it work like that, I'm like, man, that looks really powerful. I was surprised by the power that it has. It looks kind of crazy, honestly. I wonder what the thoughts are out of MaxPax's on that type of build order. As opposed to like a 4-gate blink. It always feels like against Reaper openers you can get away with a DT drop, but against a Marine first it feels a little bit harder to play it. I'm curious if MaxPax's shares that sentiment, or if he just says, no, I can do whatever I want. It's very funny when you talk with different types of pro gamers. Everyone kind of has constructed this framework in their head of what is possible and what isn't possible under certain restraints, right? So if I scout a Marine out of a barracks, out of a Terran player that's playing single gas, I'm always very aware of the possibility that there is a factory before a reactor, and thus a quick type of mine drop, or maybe a very hard-hitting type of tank push could be coming your way, or even quick banshees. Just some fast type of factory-based aggression could be coming your way, and that means that something like a quick Dark Shrine, which doesn't really provide any defensive value for you early on, I don't think is super useful to have. So I'm always afraid to play a Dark Side in those scenarios. But against a Reaper, mwah, I can see that. Now, that's not at all the case of what MaxPax is doing here. MaxPax says, nice with you and your theories, Harstem, but have a look at this, buddy. I'm building 3 gateways, and one of those is proxied. And, well... Oh, this also is a double gas opener actually coming out of Clem. I hadn't even seen that yet. People are not paying attention. This was double gas, right? Was it? No, this was single gas. What is CC on the high ground? Very odd build order here, coming out of the French Terran player. Double Hellions on the way, followed up by most likely a 4 mine drop. One of these Hellions is in, well, critical life right now. Critical situation, almost died. Could get repaired here, but instead it's just going to start moving across the map. Twilight Council's on the way behind this. Batteries being constructed as well. We have 1 Stalker at home and the first warp in. Where is it going to be? That's the real question right now. And I think the answer might just be at home. No, 2 of those on the other side of the map. And 2 of those on the next. Oh, this looks really good for Clem, honestly. This looks so ridiculously good for Clem. The only problem perhaps being that he doesn't have any fighting units at home. And these 2 Stalkers might be capable of dealing a bit more damage than the Terran would want them to be capable of doing. And at the same time, you have 4 mines. You can just secure your ramp at some point, no? One would say. Armory on the way as well here. Oh, look at this. This is like one of those micro maps where you have to fight against the mines. Now, these mines can start moving forward and maybe push these out. There's a lot of opportunities here, a lot of possibilities. So far, these Stalkers are still in a position where they can do something. Yeah, there we go. This is just more mines on the way. 1 mine will trade with a Stalk here. It's a good trade for the mine, that's for sure. 1 mine trades with 1 Adept. And another Stalker, ooh, just barely is going to survive. Look at that. That's so tight. There's a couple of these Marines on the way right now, but there's actually not that many units here for Clem. Clem is struggling to mine from this base as well. Poof! Stalker explodes. What's going on here? This is just the oddest little game. There's no vision. There's no observer, but at the same time, this base is under attack. MaxPax could just walk up the ramp, couldn't he? There's really nothing here on the ramp. And that perhaps is the biggest issue right now. This is the weirdest. This is such a sick game. Oh my god! The probes. The probes are coming in to tank. So they tank, what, 3 mine shots here? And now everything is in trouble. This mine is going to get targeted down. There's only 2 Marines left. Couple of SCVs being pulled. 1 more Marine comes up from the top side. Tank on the way. Liberator on the way. But I think this is actually going to be it. What a sick move out of MaxPax. Pulling those 3 workers. Knowing that the mines would still be around in a little bit from now. GG gets called as Clem, in less than, 14-15 minutes, gets 2-0 here by MaxPax in a very one-sided series. Fantastic play out of the young Dane. Congratulations to him. Clem will need to go back to the lab and figure out some new builds to counter what MaxPax came up with today, because these were some real bangers. Alright, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye bye.